What is going on, guys? I'm SceptileMC, your George D. Coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, here to bring you my GBA Season 7 Week 7 match against Chimpact, or the Philadelphia Scizors, a team that is 5-1, and we are 3-3, and that is not good, so we need to win. We really need to win this game, or we're in a bad position for playoffs. Yeah, I just want to quickly say that I am sick, guys. You can definitely hear it in my voice. I probably just sound like I have a deeper voice, and it's probably really seductive, so you guys know. You guys already know what's up. Well, without further ado, let me get right on into the battle video thingy-dingy. Oh, if you guys want to see how I built my team, I did upload my team builder earlier today, so if you want that, it's the links in the description below, and please go check out Chimpact, even though I know all of you already know Chimpact, because Chimpact's great, and he's a savage. But he decided to bring the Thunderous Incarnate, the Kieran Black, the Azumarill, the Gligar, the Doug Trio, and the Cofagrigus. I knew that the Thunderous, the Kieran, and the Doug Trio were probably going to come just because I do have the Raikou. Azumarill, I was iffy if he would bring, and then the Gligar and the Cofag were just weird to me. I felt like Fortress had a better matchup than the Cofag did, but I guess he has a plan. Oh no, Fortress had a better matchup than the Gligar did for the Hazard Control, and I thought the Decidueye had a better matchup than the Cofagrigus as your as just the switch in this way, just as a ghost type in general. But without further ado, let me get right on into the video. So my lead 10 times out of 10 is going to be Drapion, because Drapion is a lead variant. I just got max speed and max attack. Looking at his team, I don't see Toxic Spikes being too big of a deal, especially because he does have Defog with a Rapid Spin, so I can't actually spin block him. So I think it'd be kind of redundant if I were to get them up and then just lose them the next turn. He decides to lead off with his Thunderous, and that just kind of confirms to me. I'm just like, alright, turn one, we are clicking knockoff. I want to see his Life Orb, I want to see if he uses Z Crystal, I want to see if he Specs, Scarfed, it would be great. He goes for T-Bolt, hit him with the knockoff, and I do about 40% to him, maybe 45. But that showed me that he has a Z Crystal, which is very important. And then he takes me out with a second T-Bolt. So, bye-bye Drapion, turn 2. That was great job. Great showing from proper usage. I'm going to go out into Garchomp right here. I do have the Yachi Berry. I think he knows I have the Yachi Berry, how I brought that in. And I'm just going to go for Stealth Rocks, because my rocks getting up are very important in this game. He does have the Kieran. He does have the Thunderous, and yeah. But he goes into the Cofag, so I'm not wanting to stay, and I don't want to get burned. The only thing that wants to get burned on this team is probably Togekiss or the Suicune, but then I can't sub with Suicune and get my health back, so I go into Togekiss, and he goes for Toxic Spikes. And that shows me that maybe I should have gotten up my Toxic Spikes, but I am Scarfed, I am modest, I go for Air Slash, and he flinches. This is what this Pokemon does. Please do not get mad at me for this. But I'm going to go for Air Slash again. Obviously, I don't have a reason not to. This shows me that I think he's specially defensive. I want to say he's specially defensive. Or maybe I just have the calc wrong. And I'm not looking at the calc, but I don't flinch on that turn. He goes for Pain Split, and he gets up a lot more of his health, and it takes me down a lot. So that was a good move on his part right there. I'm just going to go for Air Slash again. I'm just like, alright, I just need a 60% chance to flinch, and we'll see what happens. And I get the flinch, so we are able to take out the Cofag on the next turn if he decides not to save it. And right off the bat, it is now 5-5, because, spoiler, I do hit my next Air Slash, and I do take out the Cofagrigus. So, that Pokemon goes down, and then he decides he is going to want to switch out into Aang, which I believe is Kyurem. And I'm just thinking, alright, this is definitely Choice Scarf. Definitely Choice Scarf if he brought it in. I'm not going to stay in. I don't know if he wants to go for Fusion Bolt or Ice Beam. Really can't tell. So I just go into my Suicune right here, as I believe he does in fact go for an Ice Beam. After my pressure exerts itself. And there you go. Yep, so he does go for Ice Beam. I was looking at the damage, and I'm like, I think that would be max attack, not special attack, and I see leftovers. So I'm like, that is great to know, because Choice Scarf Kyurem destroyed my team, and now I actually have a better chance, because this thing is not Choice Scarf. Or so I thought, because this Kyurem is the biggest pain in the ass I have ever seen. I can't protect because I'm kind of poisoned, and I just give him health. He goes for Fusion Bolt, and I'm like, alright, that did a lot. Gonna go for Ice Beam. And I just had to pray that he did not have the sub, because that's not breaking a sub. And I saw leftovers, and I'm just scared that he's gonna like go for sub, and I'm gonna have to sack a second mon in order to take this thing out. But turns out he does not have the sub actually. As I get hit by Toxic, hurt by Poison. He goes for Ice Beam here, predicting my switch into Garchomp, expecting me to want to make a play. I'm not risking my Garchomp in the slightest of bits. This Suicune is more expendable now that it's Toxic. And I'm just praying here, like, I don't think he would have the sub. I really don't. And he's just gonna, as I heal up. Yeah, hurt by Poison. Sorry about that. But he is going to go for the Roost. And I'm just like, oh, no, no. All my progress against this Kyurem is now gone. What that means, though, is he has Ice Beam, T-Bolt, no, not T-Bolt, Fusion Bolt, probably a Dragon move, or Earth Power plus Roost, or he's Volt Beam, Sub Roost, but he just hasn't gone for Sub, but he would have gone for Sub if he had Sub already, so that's why I'm assuming he just doesn't. Getting hit by Poison again. Wow, these turns take forever when you are just poisoned. He's just gonna go for Ice Beam right here. Gonna take me out. It's unfortunate, but it's true. He didn't have to go for the Fusion Bolt there. He hasn't revealed the Dragon Claw yet, and I think he would have gone for Dragon Claw if he had it. So maybe, or maybe it's just Outrage. I don't know. But I'm gonna go out into my Garchomp right here. I'm gonna let myself get Toxic because I know that I can. I don't think I can take him out with a Dragon Claw, but I can bring him down to about like 20%, and that's just revengeable. But he does go into Momo, which is the Gligar, and the Gligar is going to be definitely able to take a hit. I did click Earthquake there. Why did I click Earthquake? What did I predict? That was weird. Why did I go for Earthquake? That, I don't know. I went for Earthquake there. I thought I would go for Dragon Claw. Maybe I expected the Azumarill to come out. I didn't want it to Belly Drum on me. Which is just exactly why I did that. He's going to go for a Defog right there, which isn't a bad thing for me just because the Toxic Spikes are now gone. And I do have my Garchomp at a very good amount of health still, so I can get up rocks at a future time. He does go into his Azumarill right here. As I go for an Air Slash, I'm just like, alright, going to rinse and repeat. What are we going to flinch to death today? And it doesn't do a lot. And I'm like, okay, this is a strange Azumarill set. I see leftovers, and I'm like, alright, let's see what happens here. I go for Air Slash. I'm like, can we just get the flinch so I can kill this thing? Nope. Goes for knockoff, and I'm like, alright. That did 2. That did no damage to me. And it was weird to see that. But right here, I do believe that I just set up a Tailwind. And the reason I do this is so that I thought he might want to switch out here. Either into the Thundurus or something else like that. Hold on. But he decided just to go for a Rest. So I get up my Tailwind. And now I was debating going for a Trick right here just to get the leftovers off him. But I realized this is the perfect time for me to go into Mew. And Toxic Spikes are off the field, so I'm not going to get Toxic. I can sub freely. And he goes for Sleep Talk, and I'm just like, alright, please don't get knockoff. Please don't. And he gets Rest. And I'm like, good. That is exactly what I wanted. I'm going to set up a substitute, because based off the damage to Togekiss, I don't think he could break my sub with knockoff. I really don't think he could. He goes for Sleep Talk, and he just so happens to get unlucky and get Rest again. And his fourth move is actually very scary. You guys are going to see, I believe he uses it on the next turn. Very, very scary move. And it's the only reason why my Mew did not sweep right here, in my opinion. I was behind a sub. I get up a Calm Mind. And he just so happens, miraculously, the only thing that could have actually probably beaten this Mew, barring, I don't know, a crit or a very powerful attack, is Perish Song. And I'm Perish Songed on Mew now, and all I'm thinking is, fuck, that's not what I wanted to see right there. Well, that sucks, actually. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fire off Psychics. I don't have a reason not to. I still don't think he can break my sub if he wanted to go for a knockoff, and Psychic does about the same as an Air Slash. He does go for knockoff right there, and I'm like, alright, let's see what it does, and I take the damage, super effective, and it doesn't break it. He could have been Thick Fat, I don't know if he was thick fat actually or not, but that's just really weak from an Azumarill. I didn't expect it to be this bulky. But right here, I believe I switch out. Yep, I do switch out. Reason I do that is I just wanted to not have it be a double switch, because he could have just gone into Kyurem then, as I have to switch out. Instead, he goes for rest here, as I expected him to knock off again. Oh my god. I am so sorry. I have a cold, or whatever it is. But right here, I should have clicked Tailwind. I knew he was either going to switch or just stay in. I didn't think he'd stay in, actually. I thought he would go into Gligar, which is why I went for Trick there. I also just obtained the leftovers, but even if he went into Gligar, me going for Tailwind was just a better play in general. Because all that happens here is the Azumarill's going to go down, and then he has a safe switch into whatever he wants to go into. I do get leftovers, which is nice, and Azumarill gets a kill by killing itself. Pretty interesting. But yeah, he goes into Kyurem, and this is why I should have clicked Tailwind, because I would have been able to get off a Dazzling Gleam versus this thing. I am just going to stay in, hoping he'll overpredict. Maybe he doesn't. He goes for Ice Beam and kills me. No way that I was going to be outspeeding the Kyurem Black, because he definitely had enough speed for a timid Togekiss, I'm betting. Yeah, I'm gonna go back into Mew. I know my Mew can take an Outrage. It can do a lot of. It can 1v1 most variants of Kyurem. Most, not Adamant Banded, but I don't think he's Adamant Banded because he's leftovers. I'm gonna go for Calm Mind right off the bat, and I'm just hoping Dugtrio doesn't have some crazy ass shit that's just gonna be able to stop me. What actually ends up happening here is we learned something interesting about the Dugtrio, is that it is in fact a choice banded variant, which does make sense against my team because he can just trap the Raikou, take it out. I didn't bring the Raikou for a reason though. Goes for Earthquake. It does like 45%-ish, and that's obviously banded damage. I go for Psychic, and I just take him out. Now, I misplay really badly right here. Really badly. Like, it was the biggest misplay of this match happened right here, because he goes into Thundurus, and I'm thinking, I can stay in. I can stay in versus this thing. He can't kill me. I even count the Electric Z move. I actually thought about a Z move for once. Yeah, he can't fucking kill me. Yeah, yeah. And then I see that little, after this, after the little dark fucking diamond thing, and I'm like, I forgot about dark Z moves, and that's gonna kill me. And I just see my Mew get sucked up into a black hole, and I'm like, well, fuck, I lost. Like, I lost. I don't think I can win now. If I had switched, then he was Nasty Plot, actually, so it would have been a 50-50 on who would have won the battle there. But, yeah, I choked that away right there. And the only way I can win now is if Miss Magius decides to literally be the biggest savage in the fucking world and just kill everything. I'm deciding that he's probably just going to try to Toxic Stall me down and just roost up, so I'm going to continuously go for Dragon Claw until, like, the last turn. Then I'm going to set my rocks. He decides to U-turn out. Turns out he expected me to switch into Miss Magius there, and he didn't have a way to hit me. So he U-turns out and goes out into Aang, which is the Kyurem Black. And this is actually perfect for me, because I need damage on this Kyurem Black for Miss Magius to sweep in the late game. And Dragon Claw damage is exactly what I need to be able to take him out with a Shadow Ball. And I bring him down. I do have the Yachi Berry, but at this point I've taken too much damage. I'm not going to be able to survive the hit. Well, yeah. He is going to take me out with an Ice Beam and then get his leftovers. But we're going to see that with his leftovers, it's not enough to live the Shadow Ball. And, well, it's Miss Magius versus a Kyurem, a Thundurus, and a Gligar. Who would expect us to even come close to winning this game anymore? We take out the Kyurem, and I'm just like, Miss Magius, Miss Magius, Miss Magius, El Cap, I need you to kill everything. I just need you to continuously kill everything. And I see the Dark Pulse, and I'm like, don't kill me, don't flinch, don't flinch, don't flinch. He doesn't flinch. And we go for Shadow Ball. And we take out the Thundurus. And all that's left is the Gligar. And the Gligar doesn't have knockoff. It has U-Turn, Earthquake, T-Fog, and Roost, I believe. Or Stealth Rocks and T-Fog, I don't know. But I go for Shadow Ball, and I'm just thinking, is this it? Did I really just come back 3-1 down with Mismagius? And yep. I don't know how. It just happened. I thought I lost there. I thought I lost after the Mew went down, and we are somehow able to come back versus the GOAT, Chimpact. Yeah, guys. Thank God we won that game, because we were 3-3 in the season, and we needed to be 4-3 to have a better chance at playoffs. And yeah, so guys, next week we play Utah Jasmine Necrostevo, I believe. So look out for that game next week. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the video. If you did in fact enjoy, I'd really appreciate it if you did comment, like, rate, or subscribe. I'm SceptileMC or George, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.